if you don't protect the spirit? Is it going to be strong or is it going to be weak? Tell me. Tell me. Good. If you can make your spirit to be sick, if you can make your spirit to be weak, why you cannot kill your spirit? Killing the spirit, not killing like Shaykh Effendi is saying, killing the spirit, Allah is going to turn you to become to non-existence, but you doing it to yourself. The spirit is in agreement with Allah, is in submission with Haqq. If everyone, Hazrat Adam, if all Bani Adam, we have the spirit, which we all do, man and woman, yes, black and white, Christian, Muslim, Jew, believer, unbeliever. Of course, there are some people, like the Jews, they're saying only they have the proper spirit, everyone else don't have the proper spirit. We leave that aside. Everyone has spirit. And the spirit is swimming in the oceans of Qudrat, of power, in submission to their Lord, in peace with their Lord. Then why in this world filled with humans there is no peace and there is no submission? Everything else that Allah is saying is good. Believers are going to only say good. Believers are not going to say bad. Believers are going to say good. There's an ayat al-karimah, right? Especially now in these last days, why we see everything is turning upside down? Why we see everything, is it pulling you to wake you up to understand Allah, your creator? Or is it making you to fall more sleepy, more sick, making you to kill yourself? Once, about a time like this, I was, alhamdulillah, fortunate enough to drive around with Shaykh Effendi. He didn't do that too often with me. I never asked. But we were driving around the city, around this time also. And he says, look at everyone. He says, look to their faces. Here's a wali. Of course he's going to know what he's saying. He says, look to their faces. None of these people, I'm looking at their faces, none of them made one single sajda for their Lord. In all their lives, not a single time. And still Allah is giving them and giving them and giving them. Every time you're doing wrong things, you're thinking wrong things, and you're being stubborn, every time you're supporting your ego in your desires, that time you're suffocating your spirit. You're binding it. You're locking it up. We have the power to lock up our ego, but we're letting the ego and the shaitan and this dunya and our hawa to lock us up. Then what do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen? Ego then becomes very strong. Shaitan becomes very strong in you. Your desires will be unlimited. This dunya, if you get 1 billion like this dunya, is still not enough for you. What happens to your spirit then? You're still going to say your spirit is strong? It's dying. If you don't wake up, yes, as Shaykh Effendi is saying, Sahibul Sahib is saying, if you don't wake up and you die like that, Allah may send you to non-existence. Let me tell you another piece of news. The great war that is going to happen, out of 7, 6 are going to die. 6 are going to die out of 7. And they'll be sent to non-existence. Are you like that? In the great flood of Nuh alayhi salam, all those ones who did not accept Nuh alayhi salam, and they sent invitation to the whole world, they did not accept. They all drowned and punished in that flood. And that flood is like a fire, it's like an acid. It burns. All those ones, including his own son. they've been sent to non-existence. It's finished. That even Shaykh Effendi is saying, Shaitan will scream to say, do not send me to non-existence, Ya Rabbi. Send me to hell forever, but don't send me to non-existence. Is Shaitan denying Allah? Is he denying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Does he declare himself to be a partner to Allah? How many people here today in this world denying Allah? How many people are declaring themselves to be Lord? And everyone's ego, when you are letting it, feeding it, you're feeding it, you are feeding it. You're making it to become strong, to become powerful until it overtakes you. And the ego is declaring itself Lord. So this is very troubling news. There are so many levels now of how the ego is declaring itself Lord. So many levels. Majority, let's not say. Let's say majority. So many Muslims, they're declaring themselves to be prophets. Why am I saying this? Because they're not following the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, and they're saying you don't have to. Yes? There are Muslims even that they deny the Prophet. They say we believe in Allah. And they're supported by very big power behind them. Very big power. They're saying, isn't Prophet a human? No, we don't follow any human. We follow Allah. Then there's some, yes, Prophet came and he brought this, but we can pick and choose because he's still human. Meaning they think they're better than Rahmatan lil Alameen. Yes or no? And those ones who are protecting the teachings of the Prophet ﷺ, there are people who go against it. It used to be Wahhabis or this or that. Now you see even those ones calling themselves Ahl Sunnah. Which Sunnah? Oh, your own Sunnah. Or your country's Sunnah. Or the Sunnah of your ideology. Ah, okay. But not the Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. It's not. So, there is a big problem. Yes, as Ibn Masud is saying, the fear, it is a gateway to what? Wisdom. Nobody fears Allah, but they fear from the pandemic. Nobody fears from death. We can die any moment, but they fear from a virus they cannot see. Everyone is living in fear and anxiety, but it doesn't bring them wisdom. Because they are not fearing for the sake of Allah, they're fearing for the sake of their ego again. You understand? So yeah, you can destroy your spirit like that. People have ideas. They're thinking they're so good. You're a weak servant. Be with the strong servants. That's it. Don't try to figure out so many things. Don't try to save the world too. Save yourself. You understand? You're weak. We are all weak, Yani. I came to Shaykh Effendi because I'm weak. I'm relying on him because I know my own weakness now. As I speak. Do we think we can change? We cannot change nothing. I'm not busy with that. I'm busy with getting strength from our Shaykh now, because I'm weak. Leaning on him and holding on to him tightly. So many people, once they get a little bit of power, they get drunk. They get a little bit of station, they get drunk. Correct or no? Something opens up for them, they get drunk. They're weak only when things are taken away from them. No, they are weak. Yes, they admit their weakness because they want something. Once it's given to them, they become arrogant. They start challenging you. All those. They betrayed Shaykh Effendi. They were all in need of Shaykh Effendi. And he gave, and he gave, and he gave. Once they became strong, they say, you're just a man. May we always be in need. May we always be poor. May we always be fakir. Don't look, fakir means you have to wear ripped clothing, you have to drive shitty car, you have to, no. Other people, Yahudis, are doing that better than anyone. Yes or no? It is what is in your heart. Are you worshipping to it or not? What are you trying to do? What is your job? What is your job? If you're clear what is that person's job, what is your job, then you will understand, oh, he's doing like this because of this job. He's doing like this because of his job. He's doing like this because of his job. You're not going to set a sense, why are you doing this? This is wrong. Why are you doing this? Why you take someone's thing without permission? Why you take the boats without permission? Why you destroy the boats? But if you understand there is a point, at least you're going to sit and wait. And if you don't understand still, it's not your business. So, then what are we doing to make our spirit to become strong? Be with those ones. Observe them. Don't be with them and your heart is somewhere else. It doesn't work that time. Don't be with them and start judging them for everything. It doesn't work that time. Doesn't. You're only making more and more veils in front of your heart until it's going to be so difficult. Nothing is going to cut through it, nothing, except for the fire. Yeah, except for the fire. Then you're going to wake up. You have all these reasons, you have all this thinking, you have all this philosophy, you have all this rationale. Huh? Yeah. Split second, under the punishment, oh, suddenly you wake up. You must look at it like that, inshallah Rahman. Look at it like what? We must remember our death. We must know what we're living for. We must be busy with ourselves. We must look to things that makes our spirit to become alive. You say, my faith is weak, what do I do? I say, do you pray? No. Do you fast? No. Do you listen to sohbats? No. Do you do this? No. Do you do that? No. Do you get up? No. But it's because of this. But it's because of this. But 1,000 reasons why no. You understand? You say, okay, first thing you're going to do is you're going to get up. No, but that doesn't solve my problem. Why this is happening, this is happening, this is happening, this is happening. Do you understand me? We say first get up. We say step by step, first get up. Yeah, but I don't see how me getting up is going to make me to become closer to Allah. You're jumping, the shaitan and your ego will always confuse you like that. So, do something, do things that is going to make your faith to become stronger. We're in tariqat, meaning the way. How do we make our faith stronger? By following in this path of the Prophets ﷺ, by following, by being with the Salihin, by doing what they're doing, serving them, understanding, helping. You make your faith to become strong. Inshallah, we will be safe. All this is for us to know and how to be safe from our own evil. Safe from our own evil. Your evil, you know it better than anyone else except for your guide. Except for your guide, nobody else knows the evil, your own evil as much as you. You must know your evil. The tools are there, techniques are there. Now you have to get up and you have to fight your evil. You cannot say, now what do I do? So what? We taught you everything. If you don't want to do it, then it's not about not knowing or us not teaching. It's about you. You don't want to move. That's all. Then okay, sit there. Sit there. until the fire reaches to you. Then you're going to start moving. Don't be like those lazy guys. You know those lazy guys? Yeah. Anyway, you tell it better than me. One day you're going to tell the story of those lazy guys. You know those lazy guys? You don't know. You know lazy guys? You don't know. You're not lazy anyway, so you would not know lazy guys. Do you know lazy guys? Don't know. Ashik knows, right? Ashik? Tell the story, Ashik. Say. No, just say. We're just talking now. Say. Yeah. One day. Assalamu alaikum.